Welcome back to F-Zero Maximum Velocity. Today we are doing the Bishop series. I rather like this set of courses, although in typical F-Zero fashion, being the third set of courses in the game, this is now where the game will try to kill you a little more. It'll make a bit of an effort to try killing you. Did you notice that? It's basically the F-Zero trend. First set of courses, boring and easy. Second set, a bit of a step up and pretty interesting. Third set of courses, they start trying to kill you. Of course, that's not going to be apparent because the first course is completely boring. Tightrope circuit has absolutely nothing, okay? That pit area on to the left of me is the only interesting thing about it. There are no other obstacles save turns. That's a perfect way to kick off a Grand Prix, isn't it? So since there's nothing of absolute interest here, let's talk about the machine I'm using, the Fighting Comet. Unlocking this thing is a bit of a pain because you actually need to win Master Grand Prix in order to unlock it. All four of them, in fact. So thank goodness for save files that I can download off GameFAQs. That's how I got all the machines. So you've probably noticed that the Fighting Comet is rather slow. It's maxing out at 410 kmh without a boost. But as you'll see when I actually do boost here, not only does it have a rather high boost speed, it also has a very long boost duration, and you can see that, like the Slide Joker, it decelerates very slowly. So, if you can actually make good use of that, the Fighting Comet could turn out to be one of the better machines in the game. However, it is not very adept at turning, and its durability is low, so you've got to watch out for that. It's the perfect choice for the Bishop series, isn't it? So since 410 kmh is actually slower than most of the computer machines, you'll want to try and get them to bump into you from behind. That's worth a small speed boost. And you actually should make an effort to hit those bombs, assuming the computer doesn't. Because if you do, you've seen before that I can get a speed boost off the bombs, so that's very helpful. But I suppose for Tightrope circuit, my regular boost will suffice. At least I get to hear BIANCA City's rather intricate tune. Very easy first place victory there. If I had actually used my last boost, I might have pulled it in under 2 minutes, but you know, it's not that big a deal. Next up is another ancient MESA skating circuit. Oh, I just love the sound of that, don't you? I mean, it's probably going to be filled with ice. Lo and behold, it is. Background's pretty nice, though. Here comes the ice. As you can see, it's very slippery, and, you know, this machine actually behaves just a little bit oddly with the ice, but it's not a big deal. I can get around it fairly easily. The problem is going to be, how can I stay ahead of the other machines when I'm on the ice? And will the Windwalker ever stop being annoying? That is the other question. Good thing the Fighting Comet is fast. And you know what? The computer is actually going to be slipping and sliding on the ice too. They're a lot more fair in this game than they were in the SNES F-Zero. And I was doing a practice run for the Queen series earlier. One of the machines actually did die from falling off the course. So, you know, they're not invincible. They can in fact die, at least by falling off. Someone did tell me that they can also explode from taking enough damage, but I don't feel like risking it with a Fighting Comet's low durability. Sure will be happy to get off this course, though. Oh, that was a mistake. So this should be a fairly easy victory. You know, that machine behind me, it's called the JB Crystal, and it's so slow, I have no idea how it's being so fast. No, that was not a good spot to boost, but it looks like I'm going to take first. Yep. And 2 minutes and 11 seconds on the dot. That's pretty interesting. Next up is a new setting, Craterland Skid Zone Circuit. This is actually a favorite of mine, having played it, and it'll be pretty evident why I like this course so much. Or rather, why the Fighting Comet likes it so much. Dash plates! There are loads of dash plates here. Makes it pretty fun. These are a weird obstacle. They're sort of conveyor belts. They push you in the direction they're flowing. So yeah, you could obviously wind up in the, hitting the guardrail there. Although you seem to retain your speed while you're on the conveyor belt, so once you get off the conveyor belt, you're suddenly going at whatever speed is displayed again. So you can see that there's split paths with a second pit area. That's probably the most interesting thing Maximum Velocity has done with pit areas so far. But since you can't use your energy meter as a boost in this game like you could in GX, the path split doesn't really make much sense because you're going to take the path with the dash plates every time unless you desperately need that energy. In which case you could use your own boost to fly through the pit area and not get very much energy. Like, you'll recover some energy at least. And you know, I'm bringing up GX again. I told myself I wouldn't do that. I need to appreciate Maximum Velocity for what it is. And this course is really fun because of the speed that goes flying around. I don't... Actually, you know, now that I think about it, maybe the other machines don't enjoy this course as much as the Fighting Comet does. I'd have to see about that. I actually play this game. Still, it's over pretty quickly. Thank you for getting that bomb out of the way. That's the most courteous thing the Windwalker has done for me. There we go, second place, and I missed getting under 2 minutes by a single hundredth of a second. It's odd times. Next up is another cloud carpet. Although, unlike the first cloud carpet, this one's orangish-yellow instead of light blue. I suppose that's interesting. So, it's called ICARUS Circuit for a very good reason. That is, of course, a reference to the Greek legend of Icarus, in which a man attempts to build wings for himself, and then the wings melt when he flies too close to the sun. I can kind of see how that legend applies to this course, because the second jump plate, which we'll be coming up to in a minute here, you can actually take a bit of a shortcut with that jump plate if you hit it if you boost when you hit it. Except you know, there's not much risk there. If you boost and hit the dash plate, you know, you've got the shortcut. There's no risk of dying. And I'm gonna demo that at least once in this run of the course. And going over the dirt after the dash blade is a bad move on my part. As is boosting there, I should not have done that. And I missed the jump plate entirely. These machines aren't being kind right now. Especially not that one. Thanks a lot, Hot Violet. I missed it. Oh wait, that's not the jump plate. The next jump plate's coming out next. But now my power is low. I'm still able to make that shortcut. I'll get some more energy back. I still don't think. It kind of feels like all of the machines have the same rate of recovering energy off the pit area, even though they have different durabilities. It's strange. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Now I get to play with a low top speed. I'm probably not gonna make it across the jump. Because, you know, you can't, if you try to boost while you're at low power, you'll find that your top speed while boosting has also been lowered. That's not very fun. Still, I like this course. There we go, that's the shortcut. It's worth noting that Maximum Velocity has the least number of cheats, shortcuts, and other weird things you can do. Like, that shortcut and another one in the first Ancient Mesa course are basically like the only jumping shortcuts you can take, and the one in ICARUS circuit is pretty much intentional. Next up is another BIANCA city. Why wasn't there a BIANCA city in the Night series? Like, come on. This is supposed to be the replacement for Mute City. Really. I want you to know there's basically no obstacles here either, except for one patch of dirt near the end of it. What this course's claim to fame, however, is its technical turns and it's very tight cornering in a couple of areas, like right here. It's sort of like the Super Nintendo game's Fire Field, except it's not nearly as long. It's not actively trying to kill you. But, since I'm using a machine that's bad at turning and has low durability, this turned out to be a very difficult course for the Fighting Comet. You can see that I've actually died twice here, and I actually failed a recording entirely because I ran out of spare machines on this course, so it took a little bit of practice. That turn right there is pretty much the worst part. I have no idea how you're supposed to make that turn with the Fighting Comet unless there's some sort of glitch or something. I didn't look up Maximum Velocity's glitches and tricks. Other than that, now that we're past the third lap, we get to deal with annoying yellow and green cars, and they have a bad habit of showing up in the pit area. Like, I get that the pit area is usable by all of the computers now, but I really wish they wouldn't interrupt my attempts to heal. You've really got to make use of all of your machine's best stuff on this course. And there, right there, going to wind up with a low amount of energy because that green car decided to position itself right in the middle of the pit area. I suppose I could have slammed it out of the way, but I'm not taking that risk. See, the computer was able to make that turn there, and oh, just barely. I thought for sure something crazy would happen and I'd actually die. So that is the Bishop series. Even though it's trying to kill you a lot, I actually pretty much liked it. Tightrope Circuit was boring, but it was kind of fun to run. Scanning Circuit was also fun, but the Craterland course was my favorite out of all 5 of them. So, anyways, after this is the Queen series and a little oddity of the GBA games called the Championship Circuit. There is a single circuit outside of the Grand Prix called the Championship Circuit. I have no idea why it's there. It doesn't seem like a noteworthy inclusion in the game, but, you know, we'll check that out after the Queen series next time. We'll also be checking out the 10th and final machine in the game, which has one of the silliest unlock conditions I have ever seen. So stay tuned for that.